your life. We start with anybody, so make your choice right.
Select and make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select and make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select and make your first pick.
Oh boy. Another day, another crash out in the chicken, in the hen house, I guess. I was gonna say the chicken coop, but LTG might actually get offended by that. In any case, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the newsroom, and welcome to the Goutopia, to the Goutopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report, brought to you by SnortBucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company ever. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Every time I hear welcome, I hear one of DSP's most recent welcome home fucking things, and it never fails to give me a chuckle. In any case, we're not talking about DSP today. Well, we may reference back to him, but we're actually here to talk about LTG and whatnot. So that aroma of Nashville hot chicken is about to come in hot, so be ready for it. Let's see here. LTG is gonna have a crash out over people stealing his content. Oh, here, let's jump into this. Let's jump into this by going into one of my favorite segments, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully one of your favorite segments as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my TED Talk. So LTG is the example of you're only as big as the people that follow you. You know what I'm saying? And his war against of the trolls and whatever, the reactors, well, every community calls something different, but against his trolls is the dumbest thing that I've ever seen, or one of the dumbest things I've ever seen, I should say. He has lost that war, the war, not even battles, the war. He has lost the war multiple times. You've been stripped damn near bare, and they continue to thrive. You know what I'm saying? They continue to thrive. You've been damn near stripped bare, and you still want to keep doing this, expecting that the response or the results are going to be different. At the end of the day, you put content online, whether through streaming or through videos or whatever, and people are going to critique it. People are going to do this and people are going to do that. You are in, as it pertains to the locale sphere. If it's about money, everybody can make money. If it's about clout, everybody can make clout or have clout. If it's about exposure, everybody can get exposure. And all sides essentially win. Now, obviously, there's going to be a discrepancy on who gets more than the other. Let's be honest. But that's how it works. He's okay if it was a trickle-down economy where all these guys were picking up table scraps or the crumbs on the floor and they can go ahead and eat a little bit as long as he's eating best. But he hasn't set the circumstances up yet to where he can have that, or let alone being on equal ground. And I get it. It's his content. Why the fuck should he have to share it with other people? Bitch, when you're putting your content online, you're already doing that. And people will take it and maneuver it and spin it and flip it and do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it builds the fascination for you. But here's the problem. LTG, like most locales, ain't sat there and banned tens of thousands of people, I would guess. If fucking DSP could ban, what, between 3,000 and 5,000 fucking people on Kick in the span of a month, just imagine how many people LTG has banned over the span of his years. Wings of Redemption, fucking Review Tech USA, fucking DSP. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about combined. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of accounts that have been banned. Why are you doing that? That's the viewership. And so then you gave rise to all of these guys. They've all built an economy around them. And now they don't need you anymore. Because now most people, instead of making a troll account and then going ahead and upping LTG's view count on YouTube or Kick or Twitch or whatever his platform of choice is, they'll just go to the reaction channels. They'll just go to the restreamers. It's easier. It's far more accessible. You know what I mean? So he, just like DSP, just like the rest of these locales, are the ones who laid the groundwork for this economy that's around them. And now they're mad because they can't tear it down. Because now they've become so vital in the search engine and in the algorithm, right? That if he takes one down, 3 more will prop up. Or if that person gets their channel back and they open up a restream, or they open up a stream in general, they get showered with fucking contributions and shit. The very people that you are trying to vilify, you've turned into heroes, essentially. And you still haven't figured that shit out. It's a war that you can't win unless you just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't make the content exclusive, because there'll be one guy who might be willing to pay for it. So LTG gets us $4 or $5 before taxes and before YouTube's cut or whatever the case may be, or Twitch or whatever. And then it gets spread out amongst everybody else, and then everybody eats. That's the problem. You're not going up against one person. You're not going up against you're going up against a well-oiled, well-run institution. Even the guys who beef with each other in those communities still will put the game plan out so everybody else can fucking succeed. It's wild. But anyway, let me not hold you guys off any longer with that shit. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And let's actually move on to the video at hand. Let's see here. Let's pick our surroundings, though. Here, let's go ahead and put the chessboard up there. LTG thinks of himself as an intellectual, so let's go ahead and do that. So this
here we go once.
All right. And let's give you guys proper introductions, and then let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the real LTG. We're here with LTG. LTG's worst crash out his worst crash out yet. Sorry about that. Over people stealing his videos. This is from October 22nd of 2025. Womp, 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 womp. The link to the original video will be down in the description. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
So here we go once again on social media. I'm just getting a bunch of hit-ups, looking for bookmarks for later, so on and so forth. And what do we see? Somebody else going viral, stealing my shit per usual. Now, remind you guys, remember, I'm one of the, quote unquote, let's just put quote unquote in front of everything. I'm one of the worst individuals on the planet. I'm talentless. I never accomplished it. This, that, X, Y of the Z.
If you did accomplish something, what did it actually give you? What did it actually bring you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like every few years he's trying to constantly rebuild some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like when he lost his original YouTube channel, for example, right? Instead of, that didn't even need to happen. And he can't even put that on the trolls. He caught some strikes. All he had to do was stay offline, or stay off YouTube, I should say, until he gets the strikes worked out. Instead, he went to a secondary channel, started restreaming, ban evaded, and then got fucked. And then where did he go? He went to Twitch after that. Because he already had Twitch, he should have just streamed over there until he worked the YouTube shit out. You know what I mean? Then he ends up getting fucked over on Twitch, which is kind of his fault, kind of the troll's fault, make of that what you will. He ended up owing fucking Kick damn near $8 grand. I still don't really understand. I still don't really understand how that happened. You know what? It's a wild ass situation. And by the way, I don't smell no chicken cooking. So let's go ahead and get to that, because we all love our chicken. But I don't understand how any of that happened. You know what I mean? And then yet again, what did it accomplish? The girl that you had when you first started, she's up and gone. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who knows him in IRL that he used to be cool with, don't fuck with him. And they've a few of them came out to expose him. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have any money in the bank because you're full of debt, because you owe so much crazy money in debt. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have a house that you own, that you're not paying on, that you own? You know what I'm saying? Do you own the car that you're driving? Or are you leasing that shit? You know what I mean? Do you have anything that you could point at and say, hey, I did this, and this is mine as a result? No. You got a YouTube channel, and you got a couple streaming channels, and that's it. That's the reality of it. Your talent is subjective. But what did you really accomplish? You can't even say, he can't even say that he's one of the most hated people in the FGC, because until he can get back in Evo, until he can get unbanned from Evo and Capcom Cup, he hasn't showed up to no events. He can still show up to events like the locals and shit that goes on and so on and so forth. He don't do it because he can't go to Evo or he can't participate in Capcom Cup. And to be honest with you, even if he's not winning in those tournaments, right? The presence and all that shit is enough to kind of keep garnering attention. And he kind of gave all that up out of just being spiteful, essentially.
Right? So this pussy ass, whoever the fuck he is, right? I DM'd him too. This pussy ass, right? Some worthless squeegee, right? Some left out chromosome squeegee. Following, fuck you. Dude's following me, by the way, right? Says I cannot stop watching this video, right? I don't know if he started it. Somebody started this shit, but everybody's going viral using my moment that I created with my soul, my body, my face, my voice, my everything, my idea.
That you put online for people to take in. Just say it, like at the end of the day.
Mind you, this video is like 10 fucking years old. Still look fucking phenomenal, by the way. Must have went to sleep.
That's the filter game, allegedly. Allegedly, his filter game is on point that allows him to do that.
Fucking cryo sleep chamber.
But I think we're still lying about our age too, so that's the thing.
Cause look at me there and look at me here. Bro, you couldn't tell this video was fucking 10 years old. Now, could you? I
don't know. The quality of the video isn't very good either, so we gotta keep that in mind. We gotta keep that in mind.
Ways. Let's click on the video real quick.
Jesus Christ.
Since you came in, I knew back then you were that
shit.
I'm so in love, so deep in love.
Now think about it, you were pissing in bottles and shitting in the fucking tub at this time too, right? Boy, if only people knew back then the wild shit that eventually would come out later. Evil laugh.
Never came into my life. You are so sweet, no one can compete. And you came into the life. You blind me with your love.
Now, for context, that was a YouTube video I did.
Oh, that's wild, son. That's wild. Holy shit, bro. That's crazy. And then if that means so much to him, right? To be honest, that shit should be on all of his socials. It wasn't until it was rediscovered. If he really gave a fuck about that shit, all that should be up there. I mean, fuck, on his new channel, he should have all of his old stuff re-uploaded over there. Fuck, on the secondary channel that he has, he should have all of that stuff re-uploaded over there, and he don't. But then you mad because people have that shit archived and then they put it up there and they get a buzz? Did that shit to yourself.
Back.
And it's because a locale doesn't appreciate their own their capital or their liquidity, if you will, their social liquidity or their social capital. They're not mindful of that. They don't understand that. And that's how they get exploited. Because once the shit becomes transformative, now you can't sit there and cry and complain about that. On top of that, if he could make a viable case, right, then ad sharing or revenue sharing is what they call it on YouTube is a thing. And he could push for that. If as long as the content that he's trying to claim is not completely considered transformative. But instead, he want to be stupid. He just want to claim the whole shit, or he just wants to take it down. When he literally could be making a little bit of money off this. More than what he's bringing in now. Or at least it helps contribute to it. It helps, it goes into the war chest all the same. Whatever.
In the Street Fighter 5 days, I was joking. Everybody knows when I sing, I joke. I don't take it serious. But it's just something that I do have a God's gift when it comes to singing, but it's not like my passion. It never was.
I don't know about all that, but all right, bro. I don't know about all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if I could put you up there with a Barry White or fucking a Luther Vandross, but all right, bro.
It's just something I do for fun, something I do for jokes, so on and so forth. So this video was actually from a Karen being revealed in Street Fighter 5 reaction. And I'm just like, I remember playing her in Alpha 3 being a child, right? So I'm like, oh shit, you know, Karen's in Street Fighter 5. Wow. So I just made it like I was just astonished that she was in the game, right? So I did a singing video. Boom. Did it for the trailer, had a good time with it. This goes into the point that I'm making, that not important people are born often. The fact that a video that's over 10 years old staples itself on the internet and people are so ununique.
That's not necessarily true. I'm not saying this for everybody, but there's a lot of people a lot of different content creators who did shit early on in their YouTube days or streaming days that gets rediscovered and brought back up and gets a lot of attention. That happens quite a bit. To be honest, that's not unique to him. The fuck? The fuck?
People are so not unique that they can't even think of a way to fucking go viral without stealing my fucking video, but still trying to diss me at the same time. It's like, where the fuck are you guys getting your fucking footage from if you don't like me? Where the fuck are these lame ass bots, these NPCs, these bottom feeder, unimportant fucks getting the footage from if they don't like me? So the first thing you think about when you're trying to express yourself is a talented, innovative, staple, iconic named Lowtiergod, right? The first person you think of.
If he was all of those things, then yet again, why is it that he didn't put that clip online? Why isn't that clip a staple on his social medias? Why is it that someone else had to rediscover it and give it light and give it energy and give it juice? That's what he's not telling you
about. Yet you try to throw subs and diss while stealing from the that you went viral off of. But you didn't go viral. I went viral again. You stole a clip. Yeah, you got a tweet that went viral, but it's still me, my body, my make, my soul, my voice, my everything, my idea.
Sound like Drake around this bitch.
Something I coined, right? Just singing a song. This is one squeegee that did it. Then it went to a whole fucking chain reaction. I DM'd this punk. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I just thought that I just thought that it was just a rumor or some shit. Like, you know, these lame fucks. You see how this person put, I got a couple other ones from Dale. It be pussy niggas like this that you'll sit on the internet and say this, but
if this is all publicity, why is he so mad at it? You remember what he just said? He says it's his mind, his body, his soul, his energy, and whatever on his Drake shit and whatnot. This person didn't go viral. He went viral. Then what are you complaining about? It's advertising then. This is publicity. Isn't this what you want? You're clearly too inept or too lazy to do it yourself, so someone else did it. So you mad because they're hating on you. Who gives a shit? You're the one that's going viral, allegedly. Don't get it?
In person, you would kiss my fucking feet. Because every time I meet people in person, they be starstruck. No bullshit. When people come up to me in person, people be shaky and trembling when they see me. I'm not fucking around. When people see me in person, they be like, oh shit, bro. Like,
it's unfortunate we don't have any Instagram pictures or Instagram videos or any Twitter videos or any of that shit. But I will say I can co-sign to this. When in his days in the FGC, I should say, when he went to like big events, like he went to EVO that year, there were a lot of people who came up to him, asked for photos, asked for fucking autographs. They had his merch and shit and whatever. There's videos out there on it. You can find it and whatnot. So I can agree to that. And like I said, from some of those people who ended up speaking later or whatever, they say when you go up to him, he's a cool dude. It's all Hallmark cards and bubblegum and shit. It's clearly an act, at least when he was with the FGC or whatever. So all this tough talk bullshit or whatever, he's just someone who's too lazy and he can't capitalize off his own shit. That's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? If you're so unique, if you're so in demand or whatever, then why are we getting upset at this shit? You know what I'm saying? Take it all in and then figure out a way to capitalize off of it like other people have been able to capitalize off of it. They are part of the economy. So now you have to figure out a way to make shit happen for yourself. Jesus Christ, the video that we're actually going over right now is something that could have very well been, and probably is, a troll video. And now he's doing that troll content on his own channel. DSP tries to do that too, but he's too fucking lazy to do it. Wings is way too lazy to do anything. And Review Tech is too stupid and there's too many pauses and whatnot. He falls off subject too goddamn much because of all the edibles he keeps taking. So there's that.
Can I get a pic? Like, you see how people try to use.
So he hates these people. He hates these trolls so much, but he's literally trying to adopt their tactics so he can eat off of it. Make that make sense. And I'm not even hating on it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do what you got to do, but don't shit on the very practice that you yourself are trying to capitalize off of.
use my shit, but quote unquote try to disrespect me, but these be the same glazing fucks IRL to be begging me for fucking pictures, shaky in a motherfucking voice, nervous as shit.
Oh,
I'm seeing your sweat glands open up like a fucking volcano about to fucking erupt when you're in my fucking presence. This is what I hate about the fucking internet. All these motherfuckers want to use
the internet that he makes a living off of, by the way.
my shit that I coined, everything, all my work, everything, but then you try to sub me at the same time and diss me because you're so afraid to say that you actually are intrigued by me. You actually like me. You actually watch my shit every day, whether it be here, there.
I would say that the trolls probably are intrigued with him. I don't think they like him, though. They may think he's funny or amusing. I can agree with that, but I don't think they like him. You know what I'm saying? So I do think they're intrigued by what he says, but it's not the glazing fest that he makes that shit sound like.
Or weird. You're intrigued because why the fuck do you have videos of a man in your phone you quote unquote hate or disrespect or don't like?
How many men does he follow on his social media? If you want to go about it that way, how many fucking photos does he have saved of other men's women on his phone? And sometimes with the guy and the chick in the same photo. Right? How many videos does he have saved of workout type shit from another man? If that whole situation goes both ways. Just saying. No pun intended.
Because these motherfuckers are obsessed with me. Look, that's just one of them. So I bookmarked this fucking weirdo. Some punk pussy named Spook Wheezy animation. I want to show you his animations suck, by the way. This is like the gag. Well, what he said. The dude used my fucking tweet, got 1.2 million views, 57K likes, 5K retweets, 94 comments. Look at the views these fucking tweets are getting. 2 million views, 23K likes, 2.1K retweets, 132 comments.
Chasing after fucking phantom numbers and shit. Is this guy's Twitter like monetized? Because if not, then it doesn't mean anything. You're literally chasing after phantom fucking numbers that don't produce any capital. And if it's just publicity for you, what are you crying about? Make it make sense.
It's just on and on. You bum NPCs cannot go viral without using my shit because you're unimportant.
And yet he can't seem to go viral using his own shit. It's a strange way of looking at it, but I get it.
They're unimportant, but they're using my make, my body, my soul, my everything to make these stupid YouTube videos, to fucking go viral on Twitter, so on and so forth. Everybody, I'm such this bad person. Everybody don't like me. Yet they're using me to try to go viral, right? These fucking peons. So I clicked on this peons page. Just some fucking worthless squeegee.
I mean, but yet you stalking his page. But yet you're stalking his page? All right, bro. This is a whole lot of energy for some worthless squeegee, if you ask me anyway.
Clicked on the media. I've seen some of the worst fucking art I've ever seen in my life. Now, obviously the dude was starstruck, so he clipped my tweet. I said, there's no way a grown adult sat down and drew this garbage second grade ass art. I kid you not. Somebody said in the replies this guy was 18. I don't give a fuck how old you are. I kid you not, when I was in the first grade, kindergarten, I was drawing better than this. I promise you that.
Okay, go and get some colored pencils and show us then, if that's the case.
I promise you I was drawing better than this in the fucking first.
You do know that drawing and fucking coloring within the lines are two separate things, right? All right, let me stop. Let me stop.
First grade and or kindergarten. I've never drawn this bad in my life. So the fact that a grown man, right? We're going to call you a grown man. You're fucking lame. The fact that a grown man can post these god-awful adolescent first grade sketches and say Marvel sketches, I don't know, man. That's why I said, I don't know, man. There's no way a grown man sat down and drew this garbage, second grade ass art. I even gave him I had to boost it up to second grade. I don't want to hurt the guy's feelings too bad. Click on the profile, off to me. Click on the profile, really getting the most attention he's ever gotten in life. You see what I do to people? I breathe life into NPCs that serve no other existence but to go viral off my shit.
He tried to say the same thing about Viscant. He tried to say that actually about a lot of people in the FGC that he was beefing with, or whatever.
This is what
I will say, to some degree, he did bring a lot of attention to a lot of people, though, who deserved it, I should say. I will give him that and whatnot. He's just mad that he didn't benefit as well as they did. Is what it is. Everybody's got to be a stepping stone for somebody.
The internet does. The internet wants to tell you that
If you're not actually lending a hand for someone to move up, then you're more than likely going to be someone's stepping stone, one way or another.
I'm this triumph of a person, this and that. That's what the internet wants to program you into thinking. Instead of the internet programming you to thinking that I've been a staple in internet culture for the past 10 fucking years, that I go viral without trying.
And got nothing to show for it. Where's all his million fucking view tweets? If that's the case. I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
Been clip farming without clip farming. Everything I do is organic. No bots, no fake shit, no nothing.
I don't know about all that, but all right, bro. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
Everything come authentically. But this is what these lame ass motherfuckers want to. They want to pump this bavardage, this fucking propaganda, but yet steal my shit and then put garbage ass art on the internet. Listen, motherfucker, if you're 18 drawing like this, you should probably retire from art, because this is some of the worst artwork that I've ever seen. This is god awful.
If that's the case, then I mean, realistically, he could either get worse or get better. Theoretically.
I didn't even know this was Blade till I zoomed in on the pic. I don't know who the fuck this is. What is it? What, hot steam coming off of him? I hope to God this isn't Doom, or is that Moon Knight? I can't fucking tell. And I can only tell it's Daredevil for the simple fact that who the fuck don't know who Daredevil is. But the fact that he drew Blade looking like, I don't even know what to call it, bro. A Jetsons character. You're not talented, bro. Which is why you had to use my tweet. You fucking squeegee. You and the rest of these fucking squeegees. Which is why you had to use my tweet. That's over 10 years old to go viral. You will never get this type of attention in life again. Why? Because you're not unique, you're untalented, and you can't even motherfucking draw. This is complete fucking garbage. Throw this shit in the garbage and burn it with a lighter. This is horrible. Get the fuck off the internet. Learn how to actually be innovative with your own body, your own make, your soul, instead of stealing my shit, but then trying to sub and diss me at the same time. The internet. I literally hate everything about all these squeegees because it's ass backwards. Fuck the whole internet. Fuck Twitter. Fuck everything. That's all I got to say about that. I know you guys been seeing that lame ass shit go viral too. Every time I look up, some shit's going viral about me on the internet, right? Everybody loves stealing my shit. That's the thing. Everybody loves stealing my shit, but everybody loves subbing me too. How come everybody on the internet gets mad love and you steal everybody's clips? But
why do you care? Why do you care about a bunch of faceless people that most of them you're never going to even meet? What they care about you or what they think about you or whatnot, or whether they like you or not, or they love you or not. That's fucking weird in itself. I don't understand how you can have people who you don't know and you concern yourself whether they love you or not even like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that, you know what I'm saying? If you care whether people like you or not is one thing, I suppose. I still don't see how that matters in the grand scheme of things, because people can like you one day and hate you the next. So that is what that is on that. That's just reality of it. But love you? Like, damn, Ninja, like, go ahead and reach out to your motherfucking family and shit, see how they doing, which is what you're supposed to be doing and whatnot, instead of worrying about a bunch of people online you're never going to meet. That's crazy to me, dude. It's literally internet brain. He's talking about people are programmed. This motherfucker is literally an NPC right next to them. Or alongside them, if you will. Like iRobot all over again.
It's me. What you do is you steal the clip, right? But you got to throw a sub in there too, just to try to stay in the safe zone. That's why I just said I'm not taking pictures with none of you punk asses in person or anything no more. If you don't show me your fucking sub on Twitch, fuck you. It's just that simple. If you can't pull up Instagram and show you're not blocked, fuck you. Because I be blocking you motherfuckers too. All of that. Stop coming.
Look at all that free real estate he's just giving off to the trolls. All of this, just real estate. And he don't see it. Like I said, he has no concept of what his social capital and whatnot and his social liquidity is. So he just gives it away. Just like everybody, just like other lolcows, to be honest with you.
Up to me asking me for fucking photos and dumb shit. I don't want to be in a time and space with a lame. Because you just don't fucking deserve it.
Especially someone who chases fake numbers like he does. It's an arbitrary number, bro. It's a fake number that doesn't mean anything about anything. Truth be told. You know what I mean? Well, I can't say that. I guess because if you have enough I guess if you have enough people who follow you on Instagram, that can set you up for brand deals or whatever, but you need the engagement to go with it. So I take that back, because let's say, for example, you got someone with, you know, let's say half a million, followers on Instagram, for example, right? But they only get like a couple of thousand views or engagement on their pics or on their posts, let's say that. But if you have someone who has like 10,000 or 20,000, and they have, like damn near 80% of their followers engaging with their stuff, Fashion Nova, for example, will more than likely reach out to them and do business with them over the other person with just huge numbers with no interactions, because there's not enough people viewing the content to make it worthwhile. But then, Fashion Nova, for example, is so huge that they can literally do whatever the fuck they want, and they'll make it out either which way. So that's the thing. Let's see here. All right, let's close up. Let's give you guys final thoughts, and let's close up shop. Let's get a drink in here. So, to be honest, I think it's just wasted energy unless this is performative, which it could be. It could very well be performative. But I personally don't see the point of bitching and complaining about something like this. It doesn't help him. It's just something more clippable for everybody else. Everybody's going to get their laugh out of it. It is what it is. It's very clear, at least to me, that LTG doesn't understand what his value is, really. He has an idea of what he thinks his value is, but then there's the reality of it, and he don't see it. And I think the reason why that is because, to be honest with you, he's had most of the things that he's quote-unquote built up, he's had them taken away from him. They all became spoils of war when he lost the war against his trolls, and he still hasn't figured out a way to recoup it. You know what I'm saying? He went from having a small army, if you will, I'm exaggerating, go with it. He went from having a small army to having like a small militia, and that's it. And they're fighting for ground that for real estate, really, that he don't even own anymore. You know what I mean? You've made too many mistakes over the last like 5 or 6 years, and it's cost you greatly. And you can't just wish for that to come back. And you can't make everybody just disappear in the hopes that it does come back. It just doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is part of the business. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the business. This is the economy. This is the economy of the internet. You're gonna have your clippers, you're gonna have your restreamers, you're gonna have the guys who sit there and do shit on TikTok or on Instagram or on Twitter or X or whatever. And this is a package deal. This is a package deal. You can't have one without the other anymore. He had a chance where he could have had monopolized all of this and had always been able to benefit, and he fucked it up because of his ego. Now he's got to share that real estate. You know what I'm saying? And now he's fighting for what, if you want to say that he really built it up, he's now fighting just to get a piece of it. It's outgrown him. Yes, it is based on him, certainly, but it's kind of outgrown him. Now you can go back and find 10-year-old content that he did, and you can, I don't know if you consider 1 million views on Twitter viral, I suppose. I would have thought it'd been like 10 million views or more, but semantics. I'm not going to downplay it. Big ups. But now he's fighting for real estate that theoretically he should have had ownership over. But his focus was misplaced. And that's how, you know what I'm saying, you had cats out here, or at least one cat in particular, 342 hand made over $120,000 off of him. And like I said, he earned that motherfucking bump because he ain't sat there and worked his ass off to get it. Because Dale threw everything at him to try to get him up and out of pocket, and he still survived. And he thrived. That's what's more important. Not just surviving, but thriving. That's something that you can't teach a lolcow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys for the next one of these, whatever that may be. Hopefully sooner than later. Oh man, that's some wild ass shit, bro. That's some wild ass shit. All right, like I said, this has been the Snort Report. This has been DSPnews, always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes, a GTG Networking Productions for Hard Snorts Gin and Tonic, Tim Snortons, and SnortBucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company. I've been your host / anchor GTG, and I'm signing off. Oh, man. The system's not going to bend to your will. You know what I'm saying? If you can't navigate and work within it, then you're gonna be a victim of it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to change the culture, you have to become the culture. And that's not what LTG is. He hasn't become the culture. You know what I mean? Just because they use your content and they're getting viral off you, you haven't actually become the culture. So he has to change his approach. Because all this crying and complaining he's doing isn't helping. Later, people.
Lies are no actors. Pick your character, don't want to represent your life. You start with anybody, so make your choice right.
Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first